I've reorganized the army entirely. So the 86s, these are 3-star units with 86 efficiency, and they have CS Richmonds for melee. This is one of my best 2-star units. I have Lamott, Spencer Carbine, JF Brown. More good 2-star infantry. Another Spencer Carbine. This is a unit, scout unit, which means shorter range but greater ability to stay invisible. Another Lamott, a TS scoped for long, and a TS scout. A couple of regular 3-star units with, oh, actually, Ransom is not. He's one of my 2-star that just got his 3rd star with a good officer. And then a Lamott, a Spencer Carbine, and a scoped Whitworth long. So a lot of snipers. 3 Spencer Carbines. The Spencer Carbines are great. You can get 1,000 kills in an hour with the Spencer Carbine. I'm bringing 36,000 because with 36,000 ammo you get 2 wagons. 88,700 men versus 41,000. So yeah, the Spencer Carbines, you dismount your rifle cav, and you just unload on the enemy, preferably at the flank and rear. And that's my goal with the Spencer Carbines. And they will do a great job. Yeah, the rifle cav, if they're standing, or if they're mounted and they get hit by anything, they take terrible losses. But if they're dismounted and they're in cover, they do really well. And yeah, as you're going to see, they're going to get a lot of kills. Yeah, like I said, in less than an hour, they can get 1,000 kills. But you have to be very careful with them. Like, well, they're Cav. I mean, Cav did not like to face the enemy face to face. So, okay, in this battle, my losses are a lot higher in this phase than I had intended because the enemy blocks the route of attack that I wanted to use, which the enemy can do that. In fact, more power to them for doing the right thing. So I'm trying to stay hidden, and hopefully the enemy will come screaming in and, yeah, be as close as possible. Now I sort of wish I'd killed all the enemy artillery in that first phase, because I think these guys look pretty familiar. I don't know if it's better to stay in the cover, but my cover there should be 100. I don't know if it's better to stay in cover or to take the fortified position. But he's going to get into melee so much that I just by default get into the fortified position. Okay, I'm putting the guys that have the CS Richmonds on the front line. I want detached skirmishers behind the line. Yeah, my snipers got too far forward and got hit, so I already took some losses. They don't do too bad. They don't take too many losses in this phase. But that was unfortunate. So yeah, I have backup, so I want to fire into the melee, make sure the enemy loses. I don't want to lose any of these melee fights. These guys are going to get crazy number of kills. This is absolutely wonderful. I don't know why I brought up the Spencer carbine. Just had a major general get wounded. I think that's the only one who gets wounded in this fight. Over here, this has worked out really well. I'm going to go ahead and throw my Lamottes into this guy and break him. So I want to break both flanks. But he's kind of stacked up here on my right flank, and I don't have any opportunity to go around him. So he keeps throwing his units into melee, which is great. I want that. I want the melee experience. In this battle, I want the melee experience. That position on the left, the center of my line, is not real good. I think it can be hit from several angles. Oh, this is good. This is just like, this attack is going so well on my left. This feels like a fight. And I actually just hope at this point he just throws units into melee, just over and over. Don't even pause. Just go screaming into melee. Let's go ahead and just grind that melee experience. Okay, you see he's stacked up over here against the edge. I want to get over there and bust out of this flank and bust through his right flank with my left flank, and then encircle the whole crowd in the middle and let the guys in the north like just sit there and mind their own business, because you can't wipe them out. If you wipe them out, battle over. Or if you take any of the victory locations, battle over. This is terrific. Yeah, he actually routes one of my infantry unit. I think it's Phelps. So I just put a detached skirmisher in the fortified position, and it's fine. Detached skirmishers work really well in there. Yeah, I have 3 Cav, 2 melee, and 1 Spencer just waiting to punch through his line whenever I get a hole anywhere. And it looks like we're about to punch a hole, like the group to the north and just to the south, and get behind these guys. I don't want to interrupt his charging into melee, though. I want him to keep doing that. Okay, route 1400, lost 400. That's not great. I mean, I'm happy with all the melee experience, but it's not exactly terrific. I'm thinking I'd take fewer losses if I just stayed in cover, not in the fort. Okay, he has too many guys in the woods right there, so I back off a little bit. Want to get around that. Yeah, we're about to punch a hole in the north, but I'm not about to punch a hole in the south. And I keep thinking he's going to move guys more toward the center. Why is he hugging the edge of the map? Okay, right in the middle in the open, I have a scout sniper, which is not being detected. Unfortunately, he's going to do that thing where you target a unit and he's going to chase after it, and that is going to get him detected, which is too bad. Yeah, I want to bust his left flank, and it's just not. In fact, there's another unit coming up to support him on his far left. And now it's occurring to me I'm gonna have to fight my way through there, which is okay. It's like, as soon as I realize we're just gonna have to fight our way through there, it's like, okay, then let's fight our way through there. Yeah, see, he got too close, that scout, because he was chasing after the artillery that fell back, and I think I took some hits. But as soon as he fell back to max range, then he's okay. And the other one is long, but he's in the woods, so neither one of them are detected. They can sit there. This is all going great, but I'm taking way too many losses. So 2 hours, 25 minutes left. I want to bag these guys. I want to get them all. So, I mean, you can't get every one of them, but you know what I mean. I want to encircle that group in the middle, and I'm going to have to bust through here. I mean, it's time. I've got to go. So, like, this is all going fine, and I'm killing his artillery, but it's time. And I'm going to have to take some artillery losses and some infantry losses, but I'm going to push that guy back, the infantry unit on the far north, kill his artillery, and then those 3 units need to get behind his infantry. These guys over here need to break through by brute force. So that's what we're getting ready to do. Okay, here we go. 3 infantry, backed up by a bunch of cav and snipers who haven't done very much. Well, I did have 2 snipers there just shooting at his guys at range. So there goes my cav. They're just, these Lamottes are going to eat this artillery. And here goes this infantry. Okay, there's a lot back there. I'm charging with 3 infantry into 3 infantry. So this is going to be bloody. Because we have to beat all 3 of these units. Okay, this is a crucial moment. So I'm going to hit both of his flanks. Like, I've created a bit of an encirclement. I want to hit this guy. Okay, the infantry needs to move forward and the cav right behind it. So I'm having my cav up here take his get his ammo wagon, and also he's just dealing nice damage to that infantry unit. Okay, that's my Lamottes ones. We don't want to lose a bunch of him. That's great. We got the supply wagon. We did some damage. Now, notice my Lamottes 2 is hitting this infantry unit. He's just going to eat him. Okay, we took a hit. I think we may have even taken canister. We've got to get on top of that artillery. We have more. 2 Spencer carbines. I'm going to get them. They can fight in melee. So, going to get them forward. We've got to puncture this line. Okay, we have the breakthrough. We killed the artillery. We're going to kill this infantry quickly. And my infantry is hitting him. He's charging stupidly into melee. Oh, and behind him, my Lamottes has now gotten behind him. So anybody back there is going to be killed. I just can't take that flag. I've dismounted the Spencer carbine. He's finally in action. There's only 2 hours left in this, and this is going to be over very quickly. And these guys are going to get it. These Spencer carbines are going to get 1,000 kills in like no time. Okay, got another supply wagon. Okay, there's a Spencer carbine. Did you see it? He's firing into somebody's flank. He's going to tear him up. There's a Spencer carbine in the north. Spencer carbine 1 is now coming in right behind the enemy, right next to Spencer carbine 2. They're going to be devastating behind the enemy. Spencer carbine 3. Yeah, these oversized Lamotte units are just brutal. But they don't get the kill ratio that the rifle cav get. Well, they get like 10 to 1. The melee cav gets 10 to 1. So there are 2 Spencer carbine right there, right next to each other, and they're doing a great job. They're unfortunately blocking 2 of my snipers, but you can see he's just surrounded, and what is behind him is really bad. Snipers, Spencer carbines. I mean, this is just really bad for his army. just a morale just hammer. Yeah, if you watch the Spencer carbines, they hit someone, their numbers just spin, and they rout. It's just absolutely devastating. Yep, everybody's kind of flashing white. This is the way to do it. I'm taking my time, which is what I don't do in Phase 4. In Phase 4, I just want to get everybody in the melee, I think. Just kind of in a melee mood. Here, I'm in the mood to surround, shoot, take my time. I should have had that same attitude in Phase 4. Would have come out of this with well, fewer losses than I end up taking for this battle, which is pretty bad. Well, I say pretty bad, but higher than they needed to be. Say that. By several thousand. Yeah, there's one guy left, and he's going to get hit by Spencer carbines. But then I have an idea. Notice that I took the victory location. So when I took the victory location, I said this battle's over. Cold Harbor's done. Okay, it's finished. And then at the last minute, I went, wait a minute. He wants to retreat toward the victory location. So that means I have to sacrifice my Spencer carbine. He can't fight back. Like, I put him on hold fire, but he's actually in melee right now. And he could capture this unit. Like, I couldn't get Nagel out of there fast enough, so he had 2 units. And as soon as that one unit hit Nagel, and the Spencer carbine unit, he immediately shattered. But the 1,000 unit didn't shatter and didn't surrender. I just had to, like, sacrifice a couple units or some men in those 2 units. So, you know, my infantry unit, I can't let him fire back, so he has to just take a few hits. But I had everybody run out of there, and he retreated. He kept retreating in the right direction, and now he takes the flag back. And, oh, because when I took it by accident, and I thought, well, that's the end of the battle. I'm fine. You know, I'm not going to refight this. But then when he started to retreat in the right direction, I went, oh, that's okay. I'll let him do that. Now all we have to do is not wipe him out. We have an hour to go, and this idiot AI could easily get himself wiped out. So I'm hoping to hit him and he routes. Okay, we hit him. So now I'm having everybody just run away. All the way back to our victory locations. And, you know, we're taking a knee. All we want to do is just not, you know, just not wipe them out. Because now we have a chance to go on to the last day. So anyway, that went well. I was very happy with that. Let me know what you think, though. I think probably staying out of the prepared positions and only getting into them for melee probably is the right play. This guy's going to rout. How's he? I've got to kill the general. Because these guys keep coming back because the general's alive. So maybe if I kill the general, they'll stop. Yeah, 482, he's going to shatter. Okay, the general's dead, so that should make him less aggressive. Okay, this guy is charging forward. Now I can't see him, he's in some kind of a blind spot. Okay, if he's going to stay in that prepared position, we'll just let him be. Oh, he can see me My scout sniper, who's perked for scouting, couldn't see his infantry unit, but his infantry unit could see me in the woods. Okay, there's a term for that. Yeah, my unit was in the woods, a scout sniper, perked for invisibility, and his infantry unit could see me, but I couldn't see him. He was in the open. It's a squirrely map. Okay, we have 9 minutes in game. Yeah, everybody on this map has 100 stamina, so there's no point in running anybody. And two, yeah, just quickly, I'll take a look. 833 versus 31, 530 versus 40, 649 versus 18. Where's my other Spencer carbine? Okay, they didn't quite get 1,000. 1,700 versus 350, 1,900 versus 200, 800 versus 400, that's terrible. 780 versus 17, that's the guy who lost his officer. 1,400 versus 200, 1,400 versus 16. Those scout snipers are great. There's 1,000 kills. 1,200 kills versus 140. 2,400 versus 460. He got 3,100 versus 700. Yeah, those fortified positions are terrible. Yeah, those kill ratios are awful. Awful. The good news is, got a lot of kills, got a lot of melee. But yeah. Fortified positions in this game don't make any sense. I doubt they'll ever be fixed. They're just terrible. Good for melee, terrible for everything else. Okay, proceeding to the next day. So I probably lost 5,000 men, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. In that phase, maybe 6. There's a lot of losses. I don't think he comes in with 66,000 in the 4th phase. I think it's just I think it's like 5,000 men. And he doesn't have any artillery in the first part of it. And then he gets 20 or 30 reinforcements. So wow, they went up quite a bit. Did you see? Because they started at 86, now they're at 96. Spencer carbine at 85. Yeah, he's at 100. He didn't go up very much. Well, everyone's looking really good, and he needs a new officer. Wow, Ransom is at 70. He's at 84. He's at 79. If Ransom can get 5 more points, he'll be equal to my other 3-star infantry. This guy is at 84. This guy is at 79. Okay. And I think by the end of the battle, there are 2 more that are 3-star. Okay, that was a good phase. Enjoyed it. The enemy made me work for it. I'm not going to replay the phase. I got exactly what I wanted. It was costlier than it would have been if the enemy had cooperated, but I actually enjoyed having to punch holes in his line and then get a breakthrough and then exploit the breakthrough. I've been playing a lot of Panzer Corps. If you ever played Panzer General or Panzer Corps, I'm just kind of in the mood for, like, as I was doing it, it felt just like I was playing Panzer Corps. It, you know, popped a hole in his line, and then the armor goes rushing into the rear of the enemy position. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I decided to go on to Phase 4. I thought I had blown it at one point, but I was lucky. The enemy retreated. One unit survived and went back and took the flag for me, so we're going to go on to phase 4, and I'll see you there.